Okay, so in this clip, Christine is here talking with Heather McDonald from Juicy Scoop, and she tells us more detail about why she left Cody. So let's get into it.
Yzabell surgery. That was like, yeah, done. That was like absolute, that was it. I'm like, you can't, because he said to her, he goes, I can't leave my family for that long.
Mm-mm-mm.
And afterwards, Yzabell goes, I thought we were family. I thought he was my dad. So if he can't leave, he can't be with us because he has to stay with his family. What does that mean? What am I? And she was like, how can I be? Really? What am I? So I was like, oh, we're done. I can't be married to a guy who doesn't.
First of all, the fact that he told that child that Robin and her kids were his family as if she's not his child, I would have been done with him too. There's no way you could sit there and tell that child you're not the father when you've been saying you're the father and trying to control this household with your stupid COVID rules, and you send that kind of message to a child right before surgery. Oh well, I can't be with you for that long. I have to be with my family. And Christine, kudos to her for fucking leaving that douchebag. But I I am hesitant to be like overly supportive of Christine because I feel like that wasn't the first time he let your kids down. That wasn't the first time that he made y'all know, well, let it be known that Robin's kids and her are his family. I feel like he wouldn't have loosely said that to you if he hadn't said it before. He's just said so many disgusting things, and y'all just continue to put up with him for this show and this cult, and that just like, my God, like I don't think he could get any worse. But my thing is like I'm wondering why, Christine, are you holding this back? Like why wasn't this shared on the show? We're glad you're sharing it now, but why do I gotta scare the streets of TikTok to get this information? Why? Why couldn't you just tell us all this shit was going on? And also one of the things from the interview, because I listened to the interview, was that when Robin came into the family, she introduced the ideal that each one of them were separate couples and they were functioning as a family. So right away, she came in with the mindset, "Oh, y'all are couples," and she said, "No, we're family." Christine corrected her, and so right then and there, Christine knew from the beginning her objective, and it's just like, but y'all knew this woman's objective from the beginning, and y'all knew his obsession with her, infatuation with her. Why didn't weren't y'all prepared for the worst? Why were y'all scrambling at the end? Now Christine didn't seem to be like scrambling, but mainly like Janelle. I just feel like Janelle was probably the most naive of second to Mary. But it's just like y'all they weren't even talking, these wives, clearly, because Christine peeped a lot of conversation from Robin and her not trying to be a part of his family. Like Christine knew she didn't want to be a part of the family.
Respect us as his family and thinks that somebody else is his family. If he thinks that someone else is his family, why is he still married to me? Why is he still pretending that polygamy works?
The money. He got to support his family. And how does he do that? He uses you guys. He's been using y'all for income for years. That's why he hasn't had to work as hard, is because y'all picked up the load.
If he can't leave his family to be with his daughter, and I just didn't understand that. It was only so it was a total of like 3.5 weeks that we were gone.
And yes, 3.5 weeks is long to be away from your family, one of your families. But you could have compromised. You could have went at least stayed a week on and a week off. Like you could have went a week there, a week back home, and then a week come back and check on her. He ain't do none of that. He left it all to Christine, and he said pretty much he said F Yzabell in her surgery.
3.5 weeks. It's like less than a month. A month. Let's just say a month. It would have been a month. And
And here's another thing, like in one of the episodes, Yzabell was over there with Truly, guarding Truly, because you know them Robin kids is mean. And Isabel's just like real standoffish, not saying anything, but you can sense the tension coming from her side. And he's like, I know Isabel wants to say something, but she's not saying anything. Well, what's the point of saying something to you when you're not going to acknowledge it? And now we know what she wanted to say. Like, look at how you treated her at a very vulnerable time. She was in so much pain that the girl couldn't even sit still in her chair. Like, she was in so much pain because she had really bad scoliosis. And I'm happy she got the surgery. I'm happy Christine didn't listen to this fool and wait more months and keep this child in pain. And the fact that he just sits here and is like acting like to us, oh, I don't know why she won't say what's on her mind, because it's a waste of breath. You'll just argue her up and down about how she's wrong, but you're wrong, and you told this child that pretty much this is my family. You're not a part of it, so you're not a priority.
I think
Oh, I don't know what that all about, but so that's the end of the clip, and it's just crazy how much they let this man neglect them and their kids. Like they should have been left. Like this behavior that we're seeing, it's been going on for decades. It sounds like of him picking favorites. Because even Janelle said it, like he's been picking favorites for a long time. And it's like y'all put up with it, and y'all allowed y'all children to have to put up with that bullshit. And so a lot of ways I feel like the moms were very, very selfish. But at the same time I understood they was in survival mode. They needed the show to support their businesses that they're in now. They needed the show to be in the kind of neighborhoods they're in now and the positions that they're in now. So I guess sometimes you do gotta make a sacrifice, but um the one person that I feel really sad for is Yzabell, because she got humiliated on national TV. Her father told her to her face, I'm not coming to support you. I'm not going to be there. And I just think that's just so, so fucked up and so wrong on so many levels.